I am talking to Corinne Sandenbergh. She was the Mayoress of Stellenbosch and played a major role in the birthing of STOP Trafficking of People, as well as establishing a safe house and a life skills program for women who are exiting prostitution. And just lastly, Corinne, what can civil society do practically to assist women who find themselves in extreme vulnerable situations?
I'm very specific in my area in which I work. I only work with women trapped in prostitution, because otherwise you'd have 1,000 at your gate tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So what I can say in vulnerable women in terms of prostitution, it's a very, very tricky situation, because you see these girls standing on the streets, you see them breaking up families, giving husbands HIV/AIDS, and breaking women's hearts. So you've got an anger in you against prostitutes. And God just changed the whole scenario in my heart, because I grew up broken because of sexual brokenness, knowing and understanding how a little girl feels when you've been violated, and tortured in your heart. So the most important thing for us, especially when you've got a heart, not many can work with prostitutes, Tertia. It's a very small margin of the population. It has to be something that God has absolutely implanted in your heart. But what you can do is, you can love upon them. From a Christian perspective, from God's perspective, you cannot go the route of arresting them and putting them in prison, because then you've lost trust again. They lie to you. We've got a situation in a nearby town presently where there's a woman from Zimbabwe that has got a huge syndicate that she's running there. And she brings girls in from other countries. And if you go that route of pulling them out of the street and threatening them, then they lie to you. And they say to you, they were not trafficked. They came in on their own, and they knew they were going to do prostitution, and they wanted, you know what I mean? They lie to you. They tell you that they were not trafficked, because most of them are trafficked. They were not trafficked. They came in under agreement, and they have no clue. But if you come and you build a relationship with them and you get them into a local church and you give them goodies, because, a gift softens the heart, and you have a lovely little soup kitchen for them somewhere in town, and you build relationship with them, and you get to know their names, and you get to know how many children they have, and you pray with them, and you heal their physical wounds, because some of them have got wounds, so ears get bitten off. This is the stuff which they're faced with daily. Some of them have lost eyes through glass bottles. So you get them I got one, a lovely glass eye. And that's the sort of stuff you do. You first see to their physical needs, and then they start trusting Jesus through you to start becoming pure and stopping certain stuff. And so this is the route that we've gone. So what I want to say in this whole thing with vulnerable women, Jesus loved them. It was the woman at the well. It was the woman that washed his feet. It was Mary Magdalene who had 7 demons in them. And what I can say to you, Tertia, we lead them to Jesus and we baptize them. And the baptismal service are quite exciting, because some of them manifest demonically, and you think, oh my goodness, this one's going to drown now. And you just hold them until the demon just flies out. And play with them, it's an absolute circus sometimes, because demons cannot stand the holiness of God, and they can behave themselves, but when baptism comes, it's quite a circus there sometimes. But the girls know that they're being delivered. They don't feel fearful, because we tell them it's the love of God, and it's Jesus, and the demons are flying. So it's a very interesting life that I have with them. But what I've learnt, and Madhuri then will tell you the same at Stratberg, and that is that the love of Jesus is irresistibly magnificent. So now we've got, how can I say, we've got saints saved by grace working together. You know, in the past, Tertia, let me tell you something. When we got bags of clothes from people, I had to have pop-up shops where I could only allow them in one at a time to choose 5 articles. And then they go out, then the next one comes in and chooses 5 articles, because otherwise, you know, it becomes quite violent. Now I can throw a huge bag of clothes right onto the cement, you know, in front of us big, and I say to the girls, right, we're going to weigh your bags, and you can all sit down and say who would like what and who fits what, whom, where, because they sell some of the clothes also, because we ask our givers if they may do that, because there's such a need, you know, and they give to the poor, they care for Zimbabweans. Our girls are actually the Mother Teresas of their neighborhoods now.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is so amazing.
That's what's happening here. And, you know, my husband passed away on the 2nd of April. And, you know, everybody was wondering, am I going to stop the project? Am I going to go into a season of mourning, you know, and what am I going to do? Because, you know, we were married for 44 years and we were young, elderly, you know, people. And Haki was my greatest supporter. He was their doctor. He was the one who was their dad, you know, he was the father figure there. And I just said to God, thank you that he has given me something which Haki supported and which he believed in, to be able to run with on his behalf and to finish my race and hand over the baton to the next generation, which is you and many others. So I feel in my heart, Tisha, I'm pioneering something huge, not only for South Africa, but globally, on how to deal with sexually broken people. Sorry, I'm emotional when I talk about it, but you know, I said to God, keep me young. You must keep me young, you must keep me strong, and you must give me a blueprint of how to take these women through with me to heaven, you know. And someone said the other day, such an interesting thing. He said, you know, Satan was chucked out of heaven. And when he was chucked out, he said, well, in any case, anyway going to hell, let me take as many with me as I can. Not realizing that hell was made for Satan and fallen angels, not for us. Exactly. So I said, well, as I'm going to heaven, I'm going to see to that I'm going to take as many people with me as possible. And that's what I think, that's the bottom line, you know, to get them in love with Jesus, because then the scales start falling off and the true identity starts kicking in, and they become the saints that they were born to be, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that is such an amazing story. Thank you, Corinne.
Oh, such a pleasure.
Just thank you. I just want to thank you for your heart and for your example. You are such an encouragement to so many people. I think so many more than what you realize. And while you were talking, it actually made me also realize once again that vulnerability is so wide, and when it comes to fighting for preventative awareness, prevention is actually not just something that you do overnight, or as you say, just going into schools or into corporates or into tertiary organizations and doing a talk. It is so much more.
Much more.
Yes, prevention is just so wide, and you have basically summarized and given us such a better picture of what true prevention is, and it's not something that just happens overnight. And we need so many more people who are dedicated, such as yourself, who are willing to invest their time and their energy and their resources over and over again every day to work towards preventative awareness. So I just want to say that I take off my hat to you, and I really absolutely respect you for your endurance and your absolute love towards these ladies.
Thank you for that. that our latest project, if I can put it that way, is an amazing combination where STOP is partnering with AniVileli in a major thing, which I believe is really going to make an impact in Limpopo, number one, and maybe further. We have started making reusable sanitary wear. Beautiful kits. We call it a pad pack. And in this beautiful pad pack, are reusable sleeves and things, and 2 panties, a soap and a waslappie, and to take it, because the girls in the really rural areas here around us, I'm not talking about city girls or township girls. I'm talking about rural girls, where they're in these schools and they stay away from school for a quarter of their year because of their menstruation cycle. So we've made about 500 to 1,000 packs in the past few months, also during lockdown, which are waiting there to go out. So with myself, and we've had training, days for girls, trained our girls on how to present the packs to these kids. And so when the schools start again in a week or two, we're going to start making appointments. We have actually already, but just renew, because with lockdown, everything was locked back. We're going to schools, and I'm going to do a STOP Trafficking Awareness program in the high schools and the little ones, but the high schools specifically, the ones that we train the young people in, and then we're going to split the boys and girls, and we're going to do a presentation and give them their pad packs. And we're going to teach them on personal hygiene. We're going to teach them on personal purity. And we're going to empower them. Our girls have even been trained in strategic karate to know where to kick in the right place at the right time.
Wonderful.
Protect themselves against being raped. So we've got quite an intensive program which our girls went through for a whole week to be able to go out. So we are going to be wearing STOP t-shirts, which we will be receiving from you hopefully I've got a few, but I'm going to need a few more. So we're going out, and STOP has now got a new arm, and that is the pad pack, the empowering young girls to be pure, to be clean, and to protect themselves. So this is our new endeavor, which we're going to be launching, and which we'll be taking photos of. But we're going on a pilot one, and as soon as the schools start again. But this is very exciting for me, because I've always wanted to combine STOP with AniVileli to let our girls be involved with the programs. But now we have it. Now our girls have trained how to do that. And those who are very, very smart, I'm going to train in STOP awareness programs for schools. But this is our long-term project. We're going to first pilot it, and then we're going to present it to STOP head office and see how it goes. It's a pilot project at this stage.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. That's wonderful, Corinne. Wow. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Corinne, tell me if anyone who's watching this video would like to make contact with you or would like to support you in any way, how can they make contact with you?
I have a phone number, and I don't mind anybody phoning me for information on how to start a project. And then one starts emailing after that. We're open. We're excited, and they can contact you, and you can contact us. So there are various ways. So my telephone number is 082 456 2459. 082 456 2459, and anybody is welcome to give me a ring anytime. And we say, please come and visit us in Zanin. So we're not working with children that need to be protected. We're not a safe house at this stage that needs to be, the identity of people need to be. Our girls love people, and they're quite open to give their testimonies concerning where they were. So at this stage, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, that's lovely.
And my email address is Corinne at stoptrafficking.org.za. Thank you.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Corinne. I really appreciate your time, and it was so lovely to speak to you as always. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Tisha.
Your group, say yes. Your group, say yes. Your group, say yes. Your group, say yes.
Hey, Mama and son, eh? Mama and son. Hallelujah. Where's Maria? Hallelujah. Son. Oh, guys, isn't this wonderful? Go and stand there. Go and stand. Go and stand there. Hallelujah, son. Hallelujah.